What up, world? We are back. We are live. This is the Cloud Chronicles. I'm your host, Jerry and Blaze, man. Appreciate y'all who are joining in, man. Appreciate y'all who are gonna watch it later. It's gonna be out there. It's gonna be on YouTube. It'll be up on Facebook later, so y'all check it out. But got another dope episode, man. Got another guest on here, man. Went to school with this dude. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff we're gonna talk about, man. I don't know if he realizes it, but we made a little history. We're gonna get into it though, man. We made just a little bit. We did make a little history, man. I don't think they did it up there since us, but it's cool. We're gonna talk about it in a minute, man. He is a writer, he's a director, he's an actor, he's been on TV, he's done a lot of things, man. You know him, you love him. Welcome to the show for the first time, Espie Randolph.
Hey, what's going on?
What up, man?
Hey, what's going on? How are you today?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. So man, go ahead, introduce yourself real quick to the people that don't know you.
Well, my name is Espie Randolph III. I'm an actor and a writer, now turned director, and apparently I made history. I didn't know about it yet.
I said, well, it was us together, man. It was back in high school.
What did we do? I mean,
you remember you won Mr. MHS?
Oh yeah.
You know who won it after you?
Oh, was it you? Did we back to back?
Black to black.
Black to black. All right.
I don't think they've done it up there since then.
I don't think they weren't ready for it right then. To be
I mean, you put a lot of pressure on my back. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, but did you here's the thing. Like when I think back to high school related stuff, I'm kind of like, reconciling it as an adult. You're like, wow, this shit was really racist. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, some things that were said to me and done to me, I'm like, what the fuck? And and then I'm starting to realize my parents, I'm just now realizing I got cast in a play to play a Ku Klux Klansman. And my parents were like, no. Yeah. My parents were like, no. And I was like, why not, Dad? Like,
is this in high school?
Yes. At Martin High School.
Oh my God.
A play called The Foreigner.
Tell me there was some comedic twist to this, like you were infiltrating or something like
that. They were like, we're gonna cast a black guy, and then my dad was like, no, you're not. And now I'm like starting to understand. I'm like, oh yeah, he was right. Like, but I didn't understand at that time. Not this one, right? Yeah, no. They're like, no, you need to worry about your grades, and I'm like, but you just don't get it at that time because we hadn't seen the world yet, and we didn't know.
I know you're in that bubble.
Yeah,
you think is your world for like them like 10 years or whatever, them 4 years, and then you get out and you're like,
oh
like
shit.
It's like outer space. You're like, what is all this?
Yeah, that was it's a rude awakening, but I mean, I think it's a great awakening. But yeah, we lived in a very sheltered, protected world back then. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. I liked it.
I
think it definitely got me ready for the world.
It got me ready for the world.
You know what I mean?
Not in the ways that I thought, but
we know how to talk to certain people, and we know how to deal with certain people.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? So that part I wouldn't trade for anything, because I've met people who just don't know how to talk to certain people at all, and I'm like, you're not gonna get very far, bro. Like,
I feel like you're referencing code switching, which I think is a whole other conversation. But,
yeah.
I mean, is that what you're talking about?
I mean, sometimes if we're talking off the air, we may have a dialogue, but then we got to go on the radio show.
Yeah.
And we have we're still going to talk about saying that we got to keep it a certain type of way.
Well, that's okay. So then, I mean, so for the people in the audience, like there's something called code switching, and as Black people, we have to be two different people. We have to be ourselves. And then we have to be this other person that is more acceptable to white society. And if Google it, there's thoughts and literature about it. Like, but yeah, we learned how to code switch. We learned how to be like, oh, okay. But if you think about now I'm gonna get too deep.
Okay, here we go.
Deep.
The rabbit hole. We done got down the rabbit hole.
I know. No, but I have a lot to say about these types of things, which is why nobody want to talk to me. But code switching to me, I feel like this goes literally back to slavery, like, because we had to talk to each other and they had to not know what we was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So we've always spoken a different language. But that was to survive. But anyway, so to me, that's why we, as people of color and black people and stuff, we have one language that we speak, and then we have the language that is spoken by everyone else. Anyway.
Yeah, the universal one.
The universal language that is accepted, and then we have what we say to each other behind closed doors. Anyway, let's start. I don't know how we got there.
I'm gonna get it up. I love that though, man. We can get into that, man. We can do a whole nother episode on that because you and I really went through that, bro. Like,
yeah,
so I'm someone that stuff that you've been called, I've been called.
Oh yeah.
You've been treated and where you were casted. I was, like thrown into the jock thing. I had people like, why weren't you doing theater? I was like, motherfuckers weren't telling me about it. Like, I was mad when I found out Martin had a golf team. I was like, where was the tryout?
Martin had a golf team?
Oh my God! See?
They kept that to each other. They didn't tell us about that. Did
you know about the swim team?
No, we didn't have no damn pool. Where the fuck is they swimming?
Bro. They had a swim. I'd have been all up in that mother. Black Mike Phelps. I swear. I swear to you, man. They had a swim team.
Lake Arlington. Like, where were they swimming?
I don't know. I can't remember. Look, one of my classmates, real good friend, she was on it. That's the only reason I know. But I still was like, just certain things you didn't see.
Yeah, I mean that was. They were keeping
that a secret. They were
keeping that a secret. I don't trust them about
that's what I think about now. I'm like, well, maybe that was why.
They don't want you to be Tiger Woods. They don't want
get on that field or on that
get on that field.
Or on that track.
Yeah.
Or on that stage.
Get in the field with your owner. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that.
Anyways. Y'all can't swim. Right. I swim like a damn fish though, just for the record. Like a fish.
I can too. I'm a damn Eagle Scout.
I'm talking about all of it, man. What do you want? What do you want? Butterfly? I get butterfly, I get backstroke on, everything.
I mean, my favorite is getting in the pool and just get on out. But I could do it if I wanted to. I just don't want to.
Yeah. That's funny as hell, man. That's funny. So now tell me about this, man. The acting, man. Now, if I remember correctly, you got on at a very young age.
Oh yeah. I mean, I did stuff, on TV like as a kid and
yeah. Talk about that, man. Don't just brush that under the table like it ain't. You're like, yeah, I was on TV as a kid and shit. Talk about it, Michael Jackson.
I was on TV as a kid. That was the whole thing. But I mean, I don't know. I think that was great. It was great because I learned how to work in the industry at a young age, so that was good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have any bad, stories or anything about it. Like, it was just, I was on a kids like a sketch comedy TV show. They did a lot. They let us, sort of write things because they didn't know what kids were into at the time. So they'd be like, "What do y'all think is funny?" And so like but it was good. And I was one of the older kids in it, and so then we got to just sort of create our own stuff too along with it. It was great. It was a great experience. And it
how old were you when you got into that, bro? Like when you
I feel like 12 or something like that.
I thought you was young, man. I thought you were real young, so I wanted to ask you about that because
there's something like 12.
You were like a real TV star. Now this is what I mean by real TV star. I mean, like this day and age, like back then, if you saw someone on TV,
right, it was a big deal.
Slim to none chance you were ever going to see them in real life unless you went to a concert.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
I'll take that.
Yeah, so you was like a real TV star. I mean, these people now you got access to them. You just go to
everybody can be anything. Yeah.
So it was a lot different. So tell me how do you think it would have been now? Like if you were 12 now and you had to go, if you did that show, put it now though in the world today, how do you think it would have been different?
Well, I'm first of all, like it would have been dangerous. It'd have been very dangerous because now it's like, with the omnipresence of like the internet and everyone having cell phones and stuff, it's like there's just so much opportunity for trouble that I'm so glad that we didn't have. It's not that we didn't have cell phones, but it's like we didn't have all this trouble that people are having. Like
right.
we wasn't sending dick pics and shit. Like I don't know nothing about that. That wasn't it. We were just like sending text messages, like thinking that was fun. So I don't know, man. I understand like with my nephews and stuff and people in my family, like how they like won't let them have a phone and stuff, because I couldn't even imagine the levels of the layers of shit in the temptation. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of think about it, like they almost kind of need their phone now to kind of
to survive. But yeah, but then they can do all sorts of things that you don't want them to do on it. I don't know.
That's very true. That's very true.
I'm out.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that, bro. Like,
I know what I do with my phone, and I wouldn't want my
I
kids
mean,
doing it.
Yeah, I know what my 14, 15-year-old brain would have been doing with my phone.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember when I was one of my first people that got a cell phone. I remember first getting a cell phone.
Right.
And you know, when none of that internet shit on there, it was just
calls and text messages. Yeah.
That's it. And I mean, I can't even imagine, bro. Like, I remember the loops and hurdles we used to have to jump through to see stuff we weren't supposed to.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm like. If everything is like instantly accessible, like
right there.
Like, but you know what's so funny is like, there's so many people here in LA, and especially like famous people and stuff too. Their kids go to these schools that don't allow technology. Dead ass. Their kids have.
What do you mean? Like literally, like you can't bring your phone?
Literally, they do everything on pencil and paper, and they don't have any technology. That is real.
Not even the old school overhead projector joint we used to have.
Well, yeah, but not technology.
Okay.
Like not
no computer labs, though. None of that.
And they literally dead ass send their kids to schools with no technology. They don't give their kids phones and stuff. That's why you don't see celebrities' kids getting in all this trouble because they don't even have it. But anyway,
that's crazy.
It's true, and those are the expensive schools. Those are like the those are the ones they're sending them to is because they can't get in any trouble.
Hey,
they send them back in time.
Hey man, I saw some stuff today. I've been watching. I've been reading about the Mandela effect. What do you think?
I saw something on TikTok. I think last night or yesterday. Which
is that your first time hearing about it or seeing stuff?
No, but I saw something. And I was like, that's not. I feel like people are using it to just get clicks and likes right now. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, there's some stuff that like I do remember, like the Jiffy. Have you seen the Jif and Jiffy?
I don't think so.
Okay, what you remember the peanut butter brand, right?
Yeah.
Think about it when you were a kid. What was it called?
I feel like Choosy Moms Choose Jif.
See, you remember it, Choosy Moms. Okay, so it was just Jif. It wasn't Jiffy.
I don't think it was Jiffy. Like I mean, to me, I remember the slogan was Choosy Moms Choose Jif. Go ahead.
I remember that was the slogan. Yeah, no, you got me right there. But I thought it was still called Jiffy. So like half the world thinks it was like before the 5th when CERN happened or whatever. Everybody was saying,
"What's the 5th?"
It was Jiffy.
What's the 5th? What happened on the 5th? The 5th of what? Huh?
CERN. Did you hear about CERN? That machine? You got your phone right by you right now? Pull it up.
CERN?
CERN.
Oh, we have to go down
a conspiracy. Break it down for you while you're doing that. So now with dead air. Basically, they got some machine that they fired up on the 5th, and it's like they're trying to open portals. It's like
what?
It's like the biggest machine in the world.
No,
I learned about it like a week before they were, you know what I'm saying? Like a week before they turned that thing on. And it was supposed to be like the 5th they turned it on. And they were saying like they did it on the 5th because
what does CERN do?
Everybody's outside on the 4th.
No.
And like that's how you can kind of get people to.
What's your theory that something happened when they turned this on? Like what? I don't know.
They're saying that this isn't my theory. This is what I'm seeing, and I'm like, they're trying to say like timelines merged when they turned it on.
Oh, and y'all been watching too much Marvel.
No, this is Marvel. This is not Marvel. This is Marvel. This is just straight off the CERN. They're trying to say like their timelines like merge or skip and like little things like that.
All right. Well, I need to see the future me then.
No, I'm not like a future you. Like just little things are different. Like how do you spell Chick-fil-A?
I saw that with a C and a K and stuff. I was like, I never paid that much attention, so I don't really know.
He was like, I'm eating.
But then I saw the TikTok I saw last night was like this girl talking about Britney Spears in the Baby One More Time video. Now she has on a black skirt, but before she had on a red plaid skirt. And I was like, I ain't never seen no red plaid skirt on Britney Spears in the Baby One More Time video. I'm like, plaid was like Clueless yellow, but it was like, I don't know. It was just
it's a lot of little stuff like that. That kind of stuff.
But I don't know that I believe a lot of it. But anyway, I don't know. I wasn't paying that much
Out there in
attention.
California, I thought you might have some intent.
I wasn't paying that much attention. Let me be honest. I'm more concerned about what I'm doing than what anybody else is doing. So
I feel you. They just said stay inside. Then I stayed.
I didn't even know. Maybe I got hit by CERN or some shit. I don't know.
I don't even know if this is the right Espie I'm talking to.
There's a future me. Yeah,
this could be the alternate Espie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this.
I'm a different timeline. Yeah. Like,
yeah. I mean,
this is when I played the Ku Klux Klansman timeline. You know, so
how your life would have went.
Yeah. So you getting this guy now? So.
Oh man, that's hilarious. That's hilarious stuff, man. So you kind of transitioned from acting to
Well, I did acting.
directing.
Yeah, I did the acting thing. I went to Austin and did a lot of stuff over there. And then I came here to LA. Did a lot of stuff here. You know, I think there's a journey that you go on. The problem here's the problem. Let me tell you the problem. No, when you're an actor,
real political right there, Espie. You said it's real political. You said here's
the problem. When you're an actor in LA, you don't get to make choices and make decisions about things. Like basically, it's like you're repped, you're signed. Any audition for anything, you're going. Like you don't get to really decide. Like when until you're at a level, until you're at a certain level, you don't get to decide. The problem is, and I mean, as you could probably speculate, a lot of the things that you go out for are not things that you really want to do. And so everybody sort of runs into that wall of just going like, I don't want to do this. But you have to do it because you can't. There's no turning down auditions. That doesn't happen. Like you turn down an audition, you're dropped by your agent, and you back at square one. Like because they work so hard to even get you that. So like you just you're going to this shit and you just keep going to it and you're just kind of like, you know, you just getting beaten down by this process of this doing this. I walked into castings with casting directors that I go in for a lot, and like after reading the script and stuff, and they just apologize to you when you walk in the door. Like you walk in and you're like, and they're like, "I'm sorry, I know," and I'm like, all right, here we go. Before you, they already know. Like the material is.
Okay, so they have like different. They're looking for a type, a look, or whatever.
Yeah, they want you. They know what you do, and you come in and you do what you do every time. You know, like basically, you're put into.
But they knew you were coming, though, right?
Yeah, but they put you. They put you in these little categories of things, like, and so you with your people, like everybody. You run around with the same people all around town, and like, but. Like, you know, from a cast standpoint, they're like, I read the script. I know that this is awful. And what you have to say right now, because some shit you have to say is like, but that they're like, I'm sorry. I know, we know, but this is what the show is. So you just got to go in and just say some things that you don't really want to say for the money. It's acting. Yeah. And so, there's certain moments of like things. There's a popular Black show that was on television that we would all just go in for. And I remember being in the waiting room for that show, and with we're all just shooting the shit or whatever. Like we don't like the thing is people don't really. It's like you're gonna get one of these, I'm gonna get the other one, you're gonna get the next one. It doesn't become like competition. It's just like I'm gonna go and do my shit.
It's just not your turn right now.
It's just not your turn yet, and we understand that. And so we're just shooting this shit in the waiting room. And then the casting director comes out and she's like, "Oh, so and so, we're ready to see you." And then she leaves, and then the dude's like sits there, and and we are like, "All right, man, break a leg, whatever." And he goes, "All right, let me go do this coon shit for these white people." And we're all just like, "Yep, that's what
unfortunately, in that line of work, like.
That's what it is.
I don't want to say it bad, but I mean, you got to shuck and jive, I guess.
You're shucking and jiving.
You shucking and jiving.
And which is fine. That's the job. You're as an actor. That's what you're.
That is the job, though. Really, it's acting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not you. That's your character. And
yeah.
And so, but anyway, so you get to a point where you've done enough shucking and jiving, and you go like, "Wait a minute, who is writing this shit, and why?"
Exactly.
It's terrible. I should be writing this shit. And, and then, so I started writing in things, I had a show option at Comedy Central and things like that. It didn't go through, whatever, we'll move on. And then,
but that's still big though. It's still big.
It is. I'm very proud of it. Yeah. And, but then you get to a point where you're just like, who's directing this shit? You know what I'm saying? And then you start to go and you start to look at, because all the jobs and stuff, you go like, I have never seen me direct anything. Do you know what I'm saying? I know in my career, even on black shows, I've seen I've only worked with white directors. And I'm like, this isn't okay. And I feel like if I ask you how many black directors there are, I think you could name like 5. And because I think there are 5. You know, so it's
like, who is it? Kenya Burris.
Kenya Barris. I mean, he's more a producer, but yeah.
But I'm
Spike,
see what I'm saying?
Spike, Ava, like, then you just sort of hit a wall. And so I'm like, okay, well, I can either sit here and complain about this shit or be the solution, you know? And so that's why I was like, okay, well, in order to direct, like, I need to know all of the technical shit, you know? And so that's why I just was like, okay, well, then you go into film school then. It is what it is, you know? And that's why, I mean, I'm almost done with film school now. I'm like a couple weeks away. My thesis.
Salute.
Thank you. My thesis, been working on it, polishing my thesis. Gonna try to do the festival circuit with my thesis, and then got some features trying to get packaged up and stuff. And so, like, you know, but now the thing is, now I know shit, you know. And
that's good. You know what you need to know.
I know what I
need to know. My hat in there, man. If you need an actor, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I got range. You know
okay. Well, I'm gonna make you. You gonna have to do the dance. You have to say some terrible shit.
I mean, I'm ready, man. I'm ready, man. Put me through the ringer. I'm good, man.
All right, as long as you're ready to shuck and jive with everybody else.
I'm just, you know what? If I got to play the slave role the first time,
I'm kidding. No. I'm joking, but like, you know, I want to do things differently. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
I hear you. Yeah, be the change from within the game, man. So,
yeah, you know, it's like you can sit and complain, or what are you doing about it? You know,
right.
Do something. You know, and like that's, you know, it's great that you you know, have your show stuff. You're doing something. You're doing it. You know, there are a lot of people who do all of that. You know,
that's it. And then literally that is it.
That's it. They just want to complain. And, you know, I had to stop myself going, are you just complaining? You know, and I'm like, well, I can't be a director. I don't know how cameras, and I don't know. And I'm like, well, then go learn it.
Yeah. YouTube University.
I want to tell you that though, like I think they're gaslighting people with that. Like there is a lot.
I was just joking. Is it really a YouTube University?
No, I mean, people just say like you can, you know, you can learn anything, and you can't learn anything on YouTube, but you need to know what you need to learn.
True.
You know, like, so
you still need to probably talk to someone who's been to a real school at least.
Yeah, you want to talk
some ideas off this person.
That's the thing, is like they're doing some stuff that you didn't even know you needed to be thinking about doing and stuff, and like so they really go, oh, just get your phone and you can do it. Nah. They lie. They gaslight you. That's not how anything works. But okay.
You got to get up and do it though. I mean, you're right. I sat on this idea for my show for 2 years before I did it.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, we all do. Yeah.
And the pandemic hit, and I was like,
I'm
not going to do it now. Then I'm not going to ever do it.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I told myself, and I grabbed my little phone and propped that motherfucker up, and
That's a good first. Yeah, that's the good first step. Yeah, that's the phone is the first step. That's what they're gonna tell you. It's not the last step. That's the first step.
Yeah, exactly.
To a long journey that is complicated. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
the technical aspects, everything is complicated.
Yeah, all this stuff I had to learn on the go. Like all of this. Like I'm not a technical person.
Yeah, I know. I was the same. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to learn all this other shit. You know, but you know, and kudos to you to doing the work. That's the whole point.
Appreciate
you know.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so that's my journey.
Yeah. Hey man, well shit, we gotta definitely get you back for a part 2, man. We'll chop it up again. Down that Espie Randolph rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't want to dig too deep, because I got something to say about everything.
Yeah, hey man, I mean that's the day we live. That's the day and age we live in. So you know, you might as well. Hey man, so. Before we go, if you got any shout outs, tell people where they can follow you. If you got any events, anything you want to plug, go ahead and do it.
Okay, I mean, right now, Project and Serve Film on Instagram. That's my thesis film. We're gonna be doing the festival circuit, so it won't be like released yet, but it does look good to have a lot of followers. So Projected Surf Film and projectedsurffilm.com, which also leads to my website, which I'll be posting anything that I'm actually doing for real on there.
Tell them the website too. Your website.
EspieRandolph.com. Everything's just simple. EspieRandolph.com, and it'll link to my film stuff there too, and the Twitter and the Instagram and stuff. Yeah, that's.
All right, man. That's dope. That's dope, man. Well, I appreciate you joining the show. Chopping it up in the dojo, as I like to say.
Thank you for having
everybody. Me. Like, share, subscribe. Always drop a like, drop a comment. Make sure you go follow my boy Espie, man. Check him out if you're out there in California, man. You got some films coming next. Scorsese.
Yeah. Well, no. The next fight. Let's not.
Okay, no. Next fight. Yeah, that'd be dope, bro. You on your way, man. So salute to you, bro.
Thank you.
Hey, man. In the episode, I always like to say, mental health is real. You take care of this, it'll take care of you.
Yeah.
Drink some water. Do some yoga. Tell somebody you love them. Peace. Jerry Blaze, Espie Randolph. We up out of here.
History.
We did. Black on it.